Um, Jeanette will be an Emerald tomorrow. So on Thursday,
congratulations.
Payday and rank advancement day. So congratulations.
Thanks.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
Your first promotion that you gave yourself. How does it feel?
It's awesome. I love it.
Good. And you've already got Success Club in the bag.
I do.
Mm-hmm. So what that means is in whatever month will be in June, you will get free customers that come in. So
awesome.
You'll notice when you go into your coach office, there's just these new customers and you're like, I didn't sign them up. They'll be sitting there waiting for you. So.
Oh, that's cool. Cause she's Emerald.
Yep. Cause she hit her Emerald rank. And then if there's any volume happening under you, you'll qualify for the volume bonus, it's called. It's a team bonus. That's the word I was looking for there. So very good. Congratulations. That's hard. And then once you're there, it's like, oh, okay, I'm good. And just to be honest, we all lose rank at some point. So don't fret about it. People go inactive all the time.
Yeah.
It happens. I go in and out. And we just continue to build and add. So that's, Krista's here. That's a big goal. And that's a very good goal. And you're there. Michelle will be there. We're working on her husband, getting him set up with account. We might wait till June so she hits some Success Club points.
I know, yeah. That'll be this summer.
Yeah, and Michelle and I have been talking back and forth, and I don't know what the sale will be, what kind of sale we'll have. This is a hell of a sale this year. Hey, Krista.
Hey.
So I have no idea. I find out the day before. As a diamond, we get it whatever the last day of the month is or the day before the last day. I'm hoping they continue this one. I don't know. It would behoove them to because there's so many people. But I can't remember. Christina, do you remember what happens in June? Is it nothing usually? Maybe it's like off a random package or a meal plan package. I can't remember.
The only thing I remember in June is going to be the random stuff. The Caramel Psychology coming up on the 18th. On the 23rd, something else is coming up. Let me see the calendar.
Because July will be the what is it called? Muscle Burns Fat. That'll be July, so that package will be on sale. That'll probably go July and August.
Yes.
But I don't know what will be June. I hope they have it because it's a great promo for us to push. And I know that's why everyone's doing well, and that's what we need, especially with people struggling with money right now. So I don't know. As soon as we know, we'll let you know. Or as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. But don't worry about at this part of the month. Here's how, and we'll go into inviting, but here's how you should think about planning your month. Try and focus on Success Club the first half of the month, right? You nail that down. Get it in the bag. So then the rest of the month, you're now thinking about the next month. You're starting to plant seeds. You're starting to invite, and for the next month's group. Do a few come in early? Yeah, you want to take those right away, but just start thinking, okay, I'm planning for the next month, so you're getting Success Club points and customers sitting and waiting for you. It's not. Trust me, I've hit Success Club on the last day of the month more times than I like to admit. It happens, but if you're constantly inviting, like I'm going to talk about tonight, they're always going to be there. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And hi, Krista. I'm excited you could join us.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
Happy birthday, Krista.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah, our evening got a little behind because I had a wonderful family treat tonight. So they came over and did like a little pull-up honking horn thing. We had a little social distancing, so we got everything else started a little later. So sorry about that.
I didn't know when I planned it was your birthday, and then I should have thought about that. Sorry.
It's okay. It's no problem at all. I don't mind.
Quarantine birthdays are a little different. I forgot I had a birthday last wehi. Like I was with Michelle on what day? Monday?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we should have brought like a cake. I was like, my birthday was that Tuesday, and I'd already forgotten by Sunday and Monday that I had a birthday. It's ridiculous. All right. So what's that? Oh, you said
It's a
everybody.
good day.
So let's talk about inviting, right? Because this is the hardest thing for any of us to do. I struggle with it. Christina does not. She has the confidence, the greatest confidence in the world, and invites everybody. And I wish I could do that. But this inviting is one of the 4 vital behaviors, right? Michelle, I asked Michelle for some ideas for tonight, and I should have been better prepared. But how do you grow your business is following the 4 vital behaviors. That being a product of the product, which you all do a great job of, sharing your journey and welcoming people in, inviting to that journey. Third one is personal development, which prepares you for all the no's and the inviting. So that's very important. And then the 4th one is, they keep changing it, but think about recognition, recognizing your customers, your teammates, anybody that's any challengers in your groups, calling them out and making them feel good. Just recognition makes us all feel good. So doing that, but inviting is the #1 way to move our business forward. It's the scariest. We overthink it and we make it way harder than it ever should be. And trust me, I do it every single time I press send. But I was listening to a top coach, and she had a very good point. She said, when you get ready to sit down and do your inviting, and even now, like take this as a homework basically, is think about how you felt before you started your workout program. Even if it was as a customer, as a coach, how did you feel? Like, how did you feel about yourself? How did you feel about your appearance? How was your mental state? Think about all those ways that you felt before your coach invited you to be a customer or challenger, right? Then think about, so when you go to invite somebody, think about that and be like, I feel like this, but now I feel like this, right? Think about where you were and what you feel like now. And maybe it's not 100%, and maybe it's not where you really want to be right now, but I guarantee you've made leaps and bounds from this person that started to the person that's sitting and staring back at yourself right now. So think about that and how you could help someone you know, or maybe even don't know on social media, feel that same way. So if you go into inviting thinking about, oh my God, this has changed my life in this way, I need to tell her that it could change her life in this way, go into it that way, because your passion will exude and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. I've been watching her post, right? I saw her post the first day she said she was gonna start this thing. 21 days later, she looks like a completely different person from the inside out, right? And they're like, wow, she wants to do that. And so many people, think about it, you probably didn't reach out to your coach, so they probably reached out to you, but you were like waiting for them to ask you because you wanted to do it, but you're too scared to tell them you wanted to do it, right? So there's those people sitting. So think about that and think, wow, I have the tool to get them to move and to change their life. And even if they try and hate it, you've given them the tool to do it. So think about, you're giving them a sense of belonging. So when you're talking in your posts, like, this is a community, right? Your challenge groups, that the one Shannon runs and the one I run, are a big, huge community and a family. And so many women don't feel connected to anybody. We just don't. Like, we move away from our best friends. You know, you have kids, then you lose more friends. You gain weight and maybe you seclude yourself even more because you don't want to go out. It's a cycle. So we don't have the community. But now we have an incredible community that we've built. And especially, sorry, there you go. Right now, people need that more than anything. Everyone is alone in some way right now. So sharing, like, that's why I try in my posts, like, come into our community. You need us. We need you. Like, those things. So, and when you go in, don't think about the money. Don't think about the money. You don't have to talk about the money yet. Don't go in with the preconceived notion that they can't afford it, or it is too expensive, because that comes across in your post. You come across as, this program will change your life. You must commit to a financial piece, but it will change your life. And, you know, and I said it last call, money is never the real reason someone's saying no, unless they really don't have a job. But they really still want to do it because they're asking and they know it's going to change their lives. If they really want it that bad, they will find the funds to even start with just Beachbody On Demand, even if it's a quarterly, right? They will find the money, and eventually they will become your lifers because they get that change. So it's money's the easy way out because we don't like to talk about it. What else? Okay, I was going to say, so you're laying the foundation in your post, right? They don't want to see, and you're going to find this when you start inviting to coaching. I'm not at my goal weight yet. Once I hit my goal, then I'll join the coaching opportunity. This is when you go back to them, and I just said this to Michelle's sister-in-law, and feel free to use Shannon and I to help you as you're speaking to prospects for coaching or even customers, to say, hey, can I get you in a 3-way message with my coach too? Because I'm still new and I'm still figuring it out. That's okay to say. I know Sam because we've been family forever. I was like, you need to just become a coach because she's crushing it. She's confident. She's feeling good. And she's like, I'm just not at my goal weight yet. And I said, no one wants to see, people don't believe the before and the after anymore. They need to see the progress because of all the Photoshop and all the fake stuff that's out there. Them seeing you go through this progress and this process is what makes them join you. It's not the before and the after. It has nothing to do with that. They've watched you show up in your posts every day, your stories every day, saying, I was here, now I'm here. I struggled today. I ate the bag of chips. Why did I eat the bag of chips? I'm going to move forward from that. I'm going to get back on plan. Like, that's the stuff they need to see. And Christina does a great job of sharing that too. She shares every day something different about her journey. So think about it when you're writing your posts. So they're along for the ride, and you don't have to be perfect. There are coaches in this network that have hundreds of pounds still to lose and are extremely successful at what they do. You know, it's not, unfortunately, the top coach 10 up there are the skinny blondes. They're all blonde. They're all, you know, like, they have the hair, they have the nails because they have a shit ton of money for those things. And hopefully that starts to change. You know, hopefully that changes over time. But they've worked their ass to get there. It's not the way, you know, it's not the way they look. They've worked really hard. So I want to share with you, how do you measure your progress every day, right? How easy it is to say, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to invite my 10 people today. I'm just going to sit on the couch and do it. Then a kid comes up, or your husband comes up, or your show comes on, and you're like, okay, I did 3, I'll get back to it, and you just never do it. So it's getting measurable. We know from our fitness journey, when we check off the box that we did our workout, we check off the container, I did it. I said I was going to do it. I can measure it. I can see it. So we have the business activity tracker that Beachbody has created for us, and I think it's very good, and it really breaks it down, especially for new coaches, of how you should be sharing your time across them. So let me share that. Share, and it's in the coach office, and I have it in our team page in the files. It is up there. Here it is. Okay. So you may or may not have seen this. Can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this is weekly. I'm weird, and I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I've been really bad about tracking, and I said it before, and it's my goal is to be better at tracking. And I'm going to print these off. I start work on Monday, so I'll use their printer and print a bunch of them off. Nicole Jones and our upline just printed off a bunch and put it in a spiral bound notebook, so because I like lose pages, so maybe put it into a notebook or something. But these are our vital behaviors broken down. I like to go Monday through Thursday, but our weeks start on Thursday for payday, so that's why they did it this way. So every day, every week, write your why. And your why is going to change, but write your why. So when you don't want to do this, you sit there and you're like, man, I really want to not have to miss my kids' sporting events because I have to work. All right, that's a huge part of my why. My mom couldn't come to my high school sports because she was working 2 jobs to support us. So I don't want that for my kids. So that's part of my why. And it makes me sad every time I talk about it because it's that important to me. So be proof the products work? Check. Y'all do that. You crush it. And it says down here, look, it's giving you a time, which I think is good, especially because we're all working other jobs. We all are doing that. And you can be very successful building your business in pockets of time. So we're breaking it down here. So initiate connections and add followers. That's just going out to your Facebook page, looking through be smart about it. You know what I do sometimes do is I go to my friends list. You can print it out. It's massive. Or you could export it to Excel. I go through the alphabet. I'll start at an A, and I'll just check in on people's pages, like some of their posts, and then maybe message them something like, oh, hey, I loved that recipe you made. Can you send me or that food, can you send me that recipe? Or, oh my gosh, your kids have gotten so big. How have you been? That's a connection. You're not selling them anything, but what you're doing is then your page will now start being shown to them, right? Because you know, Facebook, you miss half the people you're friends with seeing stuff because you're not interacting on their page. So go like some of their stuff. This happens on Instagram too. And Michelle's really good at the Instagram. I'm going to make her do the next team call on Instagram, by the way. But it's the same thing on Instagram. The more you're liking and commenting and messaging, you're creating connections and adding followers. So go through Facebook, and you know how it does the suggested friends? Here's what I do. If I have more than 5 people in common, I add them as a friend, and I just let them sit for a little bit. And then I'll start going and liking and commenting on their stuff and maybe sending a message. I'm not going in right away to say anything. And same, Instagram's just wide open. So you can just go to a hashtag you love. Michelle does she has a 2-year-old, so a lot of mom stuff, you know, like going to those hashtags, drilling down, finding people that you might be alike and you might have a connection with, and starting liking, commenting, messaging, those things. Because like Michelle will tell you, they'll follow you back. So that takes 20 minutes. Set a timer on this. Trust me, because you know how easy it is to get lost in Instagram scrolls, and it'll be an hour and a half later and you're like, what did I just do? I did like 2 connections, you know? So set a timer. I do it. I'm bad at night. I'm like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do what Michelle told me to do. And then I just get lost. And I read really sad stories about women losing their children. And then I'm like, what are you doing? This is depressing. Get out, you know? All right. So then a post. Remember I told you at least 1 post a day about something to do with your journey. You can post all the other stuff too, but at least one that is showcasing the value and benefit of what you're doing. You don't have to say the program name. You don't have to say what you're drinking. Play with it, right? Because if people are like, oh, that's a coach. You know, like I'm doing this 80-day program. I'm doing a 21-day program. I pulled out my containers to make sure when I made this meal. Like Melissa has been doing a really great job of showing her food and just lining the containers up, because people are like, what the hell are those containers? And then it has, and put a call to action to it. Like, don't hesitate to be like, if you want to know what I'm doing, or would you like this recipe, or do you want me to show you this move? Something, that way people engage with you. 10 minutes max. I've been known to sit there and think about posts for hours, and it's stupid. Just whatever you think, or you can plan it out like the week ahead. You could say, all right, I'm going to do a workout post on Monday. I'm going to do a nutrition post on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm going to do a coach invite of some sort. Like, plan them out. That way you don't get stuck. 10 minutes. Snap the picture. Make sure it's lighted. You know, all those good things. Did I tell you guys about the Lightroom app that I use? That's a good one for adding filters. And yes, you do. I'm not saying filter your face into oblivion. Add some light to it. You know what I mean? Like, make it pop. So Lightroom has some really great ones. You know what I might be able to do? If you want, I bought I'll test it with Michelle. I'll see if she can download these presets that I bought. They were $20. And if she can do it, then I can get all your cell phones and I can text them to you. I think I didn't delete them. Or I can send them through like a Dropbox link, and then you can put them in and it automatically filters your photo. Like the one I did today, I don't know if you'll be able to tell on my phone. Hold on real quick. So here, can you see that? Oh, it's going to be bad lighting.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see it? That was my original photo. Which way is my filtered one? Did it come there? Oh, you can look on my Facebook page, but it is bright and it just pops a little bit more, right? I still have the wrinkles. I still have all the things that make me me. It's just brighter. So do that. And Lightroom is free and it has basic presets, but if I can send you guys these, I will. And just think about having like natural light is best in front of you if you're taking a selfie, or turn your phone around, use the timer. They have these, I think, Michelle, do you have one? Do you have a clicker?
A clicker for what? My tripod?
To take your pictures?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with my tripod.
Yeah, like if you buy a tripod, if you're new, like this thing is broken, but it was like $15 on Amazon. It goes up really tall or it goes really short.
I have one that's cool too. It's like flimsy.
I have one like that.
Yeah, you can bend all this stuff. Yeah.
It came with our GoPro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And mine came with the clicker, so.
Yeah, and the clickers are really, it just connects to your Bluetooth, so then you just kind of hold it in your hand, and then you're getting the best light from the back of the camera, especially with the new 11s. I mean, they've got the 3, so it just gives you a better light. They don't need to be perfect. Trust me, not everyone knows what filters look like. So still have the mess, just make it brighter, basically. And I try to spend like 5 minutes, 10 minutes on that, because that you can go down a dark hole there. So again, do you see how all this goes into inviting? All these things that you think are like not inviting, but you are. Then your Facebook or IG story, putting your clips up there, what products you're using, random things. Use the tools like the polls. Use the tagging a location. Use all that because you get new followers and you get new people seeing your stuff out there. So, but that's the behind the scenes stuff of whatever that pretty picture is. It's the behind the scenes stuff. It's the struggling with the kids. That's struggling at work. You're tired. You're cranky. You don't want to work out. Like, have those conversations, and it takes a little while to get used to talking to yourself. But then for me, it's like therapeutic. And people, I get messages all the time. I love your stories. They make me laugh, or I felt the same way, or I've been through the same thing. So it's giving them another sense of connection to you. This is a big one. Respond to all new likes, comments, or views. So you know you can see who views your IG story. You guys know how to do that? Just real quick. And your Facebook story. So in your IG story, you want to, I need to learn how to do the, I need to get a Mac. That's really what I need to do in my life. So if you click your own, I got this light. Maybe I turn the light off for a second. If you click your own bubble, right, where you have your stories, so that's my last story I did. If you click on the bottom where it says like 14 views, then it shows you all the people that have watched it, right? Then you can go into their profile and look. If you're getting the same people viewing your stories, go in and say, hey, thank you for taking the time to watch my stories. You know, I hope it brightens your day. Or do you want to try something with me? Do you want to do something with me? The top coach that I was talking about, she said, here's what she says. And I would have to turn this, but try it. She said, for people that follow her, she uses Instagram a lot. She just messages them and says, she'll like sort by the alphabet, right? Your followers go A's. Say on Monday, I'm going to go through the A's. On Tuesday, I'm going to go through all the B's, because these give you connections and invites. hey, if I were to hook you up with a meal and workout plan, would you be willing to dive into a 21-day workout with me? She's like, a lot of time I get nothing. Sometimes I get no, or sometimes they're like, yeah, send me more information. Right? On Instagram, it doesn't freaking matter. You know, you get so many spam messages, but if you're already creating connections with them and you're talking to them, so like go like their stuff and then send the message, it at least gives you a connection point and they'll follow you back. On Facebook, when people like your photos or your videos, I always go in and say, thank you for the love. It means the world to me that you're watching my stuff. You know, or thank you for that really nice compliment. It made me feel good. And then it opens the dialogue. Those people are invested in you and your story, so use them. Write their name down so you will have them in a list. 25 minutes tops. Now here comes the inviting. You just created that list of people, right? So now just go invite them. Go invite them to say, it's not a cold invite. You've gotten all the, hey girl, I just started selling X, Y, and Z. Will you help me? I've gotten those. There's a girl I'm friends with that just selling something, whitening toothpaste. And there's at least 8 posts a day about these freaking toothpaste and skincare. And I'm just waiting for my message to come because I know it's coming. She's like, I have a really big goal to hit and I want to do it in my first 2 weeks. I'm like, no one cares about that, really. You know, so make sure you have a connection. Then go, hey, I'm getting ready to get started on my next boot camp or accountability group. Would you like to join me? Say that. They might say no. Be like, it's workouts, it's nutrition, and it's support. You want to join me? And then you take the conversation from there. And if they say no, what do we say? Can I follow back up with you next month when I open the next one? Right? So just keep inviting. I want you to do at least 5 a day. But I want you to think about, what are your goals? Do you want to make enough to cover your shakes and your product? 5 will probably be good every single day. Do you want to build a business that you can scale and potentially leave your full-time job? You're going to have to do more, right? Some of the top coaches send hundreds of invites a day. Granted, 2 things. They have huge followings because they've worked their asses off to get them. They have assistants helping them using their information, you know, their scripts and inviting. So think about it. Maybe start with 5 for a month and you're like, oh, 5's good. Then go to 10, you know, and progressively add each month. And then you're good. More invites means more no's. So be prepared for that. That's part of the game, but it also means more yeses. So keep going no matter what. And if you miss a day, tack them on another day. You're going to miss a day. Like I really try to take off like Sunday of not even hardly being on social, nothing, and just being with my family or doing stuff. And that's okay. That's how my business goals are lined up. So I'm doing that. If you want to hustle and hit diamond and advance that business, you might have to work the 7 days a week, but you could work for an hour a day, 2 hours a day max. And then follow up with all the people you invited the month before. Okay, so use this. And for you, it's an honest mark of, man, my why is I don't want to have to, behind that why of not missing my kids' sports means I don't work a real corporate America job that I've worked for 17 years now. I work this business full time. Are the 3 days that I actually did my things, are they going to get me there? No, they're not. So it's a gut check. So check them off, mark them off. I'm hoping they make this electronic, not yet, but I would like it to be, so you can have an app on your phone or something, but just take it with you. And then get people's results. You're in your challenge groups, right? I know you all have customers now. You're adding them into your upline, or Shannon or mine or my groups. Love on your people more than anything. They posted that they finished their workout. Awesome job. Great job. I'm so proud of you. Love on your people first, and then you can go like on the others of the other teammates, but give your people the love. Follow up with new Shakeology users. This is a big one because so many people are hesitant on Shakeology. Make sure we have the shipping delay now, but maybe make a reminder of yourself for like a week. It usually ships between 7 to 10 days of when they order. When they get to check in, hey, did you get your shipment? Have you tried Shakeology yet? And if they're like, no, be like, okay, why? You ask that, be like, you paid for it, but send them your favorite recipe. Send them like the little tiny things that you do to it to make it good, because you know what they're going to do, and you probably did it, threw it in some water, shook it and drank it, and we're like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my life, right? So I go in and I'm like, just to let you know, consistency is key. If you find it's too thick, add more almond milk or add more water or add more ice, add a banana, it smooths it out. Like these are things that they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, play with it for a week and then check back, you know, in like 4 or 5 days. Did you try it? Did you feel different? You're going to hear, oh, I'm really bloated. Why? So much fiber, so many nutrients hitting that system at once. If they're really bloated and gassy and not feeling comfortable, say, cut it back to a half a scoop for a week. Let's see how you feel then. And then by then their body has gotten used to it. And plus they're eating healthy too. So that's a lot. It's a lot of fiber for a body to take that has been eating crap that makes you not be able to go to the bathroom. So all of a sudden it's doing its job. So that's one I always hear a lot. And then remember, you can use the subscription tool to see when they're coming up for their Shakeology again that next month, so you get ahead of it and they're not surprised by a charge. Like, hey, it's coming up, you can keep it, you can cancel, you can delay. If you want, we can talk about a discount, that kind of stuff. Recognize achievement. Don't be hesitant to ask. As your customers get results, say, hey, do you mind if I share this on my page? Some of them are weird about pictures, and if you're like, oh, I don't want to do a picture, be like, can I use some of the text? Because you've probably seen them sharing, I lost 5 pounds, or I fit into the jeans I couldn't wear before, and they post a picture. But in our group, our private group, that's like a sanctuary of sorts, you know, no one's sharing that information. So I always message them privately and be like, do you mind? Some of them will say no pictures, or can I give you a face-to-face comparison? Sure. But you can take their text and put it into your Transformation Tuesday or share. Like, I just want to shout out Michelle. She started a new program. She always worked out in the gym. She decided to bring it home because she couldn't get there with her son. Like, weave in all those little tales, and this is what she had to say. You know, like, use their stories, because then you're giving them that recognition that they desperately want. They don't know they want. We all like want it, but in a different way. And you're getting new customers to see it. You're seeing, okay, it's not just Jeanette getting results. She's helping Christina get results. So I bet you she can help me, right? It starts this snowball effect. And if they don't want it outside the group, blow them up inside the group, or just be their biggest cheerleader. And then just respond to customers and coaches. You guys probably already get questions now. Just be responsive. You don't have to answer it immediately. We're human. We have lives. If you can't get to be like, hey, I'm at work. I do this a lot. Hey, I'm at work. Can I catch back up with you a little bit later? They're like, oh, yeah. Then do your personal development. Please do this. Please. I know I can say it till I'm blue in the face. I didn't do it for the first year as a coach, and it was something I needed more than anything. There's I owe you all a list of my favorite books that I'm reading. I just started, it's a 2-hour Audible book. It's called Network Marketing Pro, GoPro. Once I get through it, I'll let you know how it is, but it's basically why you start a network marketing business, but read business and personal. They're all considered personal development or professional development. So do that and check it off. 10 minutes. That's all we need. 10, 15 minutes. It makes such a difference. Such a difference. And then you can post your results down here, right? Then you can check in and be like, wow, when I did all the things, look how many Success Club points I got that week. You know, it's in this month. So you're beating yourself. And then this is just this is something they added on to it. I'm sorry, I'm reading this. Oh, just to see how long they're on it, because that gives you that residual income, right? You're making money each month, so you can use it. I use this subscription tool to tell me, but here's some questions you can ask. You know, celebrate them. Do you like the taste? What benefits? Because this is all stuff you can take and build into your posts. You can build it into the challenge group page. I have a lot of challengers that did not start as with the challenge pack. They just started with Beachbody On Demand. But because I kept sharing about the benefits of Shakeology or Energize or Recover in the group, they started buying it, because then they saw Christina post that she talks about her Energize every day, that I was complaining how freaking sore I was after leg day. Thank God I had Recover and Recharge, so I wasn't as sore as they were, right? Like, because they're like, wow, she's not as sore. Why isn't she sore? Oh, she drank that. And your challenge group starts selling the other products so much easier than you trying to shove it down their throat. But here's some extra stuff, you know, you can talk about Shakeology for. So invite, it's scary, guys. I know it's scary, but it's what moves your business forward. And you know already, when you do it, it works. When you don't do it, it doesn't work. You know, like Jeanette, for example, how did you get your, I know your husband's a coach, and then you have another coach. How did you get her?
So she honestly, she kind of likes one of the discount. Well, hold on, no, that was Steph. I had another one who really wanted to sign up for a coach as well, but when she had to enter her like social security number or driver's license, it freaked her out, and she was like, "I'm not ready for that yet." And I was like, "Okay, well, we'll get through it," kind of thing. But my friend Stephanie, I have actually been talking to her pretty much since I started with Beachbody. So it's been like this, literally like this 5-month conversation that I've been having with her since like day one. And she was like, "Girl, like I need to get in shape. I need to get in shape." And it was just like one of those, I'm like, well, you know, like let's do it together. Like, let's hold each other accountable kind of thing. And it just was, I mean, it was clearly like a long process to get her to that journey, you know, but she was a good friend from high school. And then when the May sale started happening, I was like, "Girl, if you're going to do it and you're going to pull the gun, like, let's do it," kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "I know, like, I just need to commit," and it was always that like, but. And I followed up with her last week, I think it was. And I was like, "I'm just following back up again." I said, "Because the sales are going to be over in about a week. Like, you know, what do you want to do?" And she was like, "I'm doing it." And I was like, "Okay." So kind of like no surprise for me, but you know, and it does make me wonder, like, had I not followed up with her, like she might have like fallen through the cracks kind of a situation. And she's kind of like me and how I initially started. When Krista asked me, I was like, I mean, sure, like I'll just do it just so I can like reap the discounts of, you know, like Shakeology and like whatever. Never really thinking that I was going to do anything more, not realizing what else was coming with my Beachbody package. Yeah. And I think that's kind of where Stephanie's at. She is like, I want the accountability, so that like if I end up doing kind of like what I'm doing, then she was like, then I can have people like look up to me and see what I'm doing. And if I want to, you know, gain some extra cash. And she's like, and plus the discounts kind of seem nice too. So she's kind of like floating in that ground of where I was. And I was like, girl, that's exactly what I did. So like, I just kind of, you know, really related to her and just like told her the way that she's thinking is exactly how I was thinking. And that, you know, I've gotten so much more out of Beachbody in the 5 months that I've been here than I ever would have imagined. So I think it's just like warm chatting and just kind of, again, like reaching out and stuff like that. So
yeah,
relatable.
Yeah. And you said it, being relatable, meeting her, meet them where they are, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to have the one that's like, I'm ready. I'm going all in. Like, even as a customer, I'm ready. I know it. You've been talking about it. I want to do it. You're going to have the other one that's like, I don't know. I'm scared. I don't have the self-confidence. I've done so many things before that never work. Okay, you're not ready to go all in. How about we try just Beachbody On Demand? Just try it. You know, like, we got to meet them where we are. Yes, Success Club points are amazing and they give you great benefits. Our job is to change people's lives and meet them where they are. Because I can tell you, those people that I started Beachbody On Demand with are now some of my long-term customers buying Shakeology. They become discount coaches. Shannon had DVDs of her own, you know, so it's like if I didn't put her in my free group, however many, 5 years ago, she was one of my first group people. She's like, oh, I do that. I'll do it. I'll do what you're doing in your group. Like, she wouldn't be here. She wouldn't be a leader on the team if I had just been like, nah, I need that challenge pack, you know. So don't, and I know you all have really big hearts and you wouldn't do that, but there are coaches out there that do that, and praise be for them that they have enough to do that. But our business is of helping people. So thank you. That's exactly what we should be doing. One more thing, and then I'm going to open up for questions, and I want to get some insight into things. I'm thinking, well, Michelle pushed me, and this is why I love our team. Shannon pushes me, Christina pushes me, and you two will all start pushing too. She's like, and I've been thinking about it, but I'm scared. I'm letting fear take over. What if we did a sneak peek into what coaching is really about? It's just a group where we add people in. We talk, it's like 1 or 2 days max, because sometimes it gets out of control, some of these groups. But just shows, like, what do we do every day as a coach? Like, one time is we're just working out and drinking our shake and eating healthy. You know, it's the vital behaviors, and we're teaching them about it. But we make a private group and we start inviting to it. I'm just being honest, because I'm terrified to do it, because I'm like, I'm not a successful coach. In my mind, to somebody, posting how much I made year to date was the most terrifying thing I've ever done, because people don't like money. I don't like to talk about money. But I was like, right now, if someone saw that and was like, she's a mom, she works full time, she does all these other things, and she made that much money just from helping people, like, maybe that would be like a glimpse of like, I can do that too. Right. So in those private groups, we could all do that. Even as a new coach, you could be like, in my first month, I made enough to cover my Shakeology. But then in month 3, I made an extra $300 or whatever it is, because any amount of money is something that someone didn't have before. So would you guys be interested if I set up the group and kind of run it, but you invite your prospects to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some people who are interested, and I'm not trying to, bug them too much. Just kind of, one of them was like, I'll let you know. So I'm trying to give them some time to let me know. So that would be a good thing. Yeah.
That's how I feel too.
So what I'll do is we'll do it in June. Well, it's already the end of the month, but we'll do it in June, right? Because that could potentially help that first week of June, because people are still in school. No one's going anywhere yet. Once phase 2 opens up, I feel like everyone's gonna be like, get me the hell out of here. And then the summer's gonna be hard, but they like that first week, so we can start inviting to it this weekend. And that makes me do it, and I'm like sweating thinking about it and like want to throw up. But it won't just all be me. Like, I'll say, hey, you come in for a few minutes. Like Team Passion does it, and or Upline, they do it really well. I just, you'll find it like this. You'll be like, I like the way Marcy does it, but I want to do it this way, and you'll start doing your own things. And that's what the beauty of this business is you take from each. Like doing it 1 or 2 days, and like in Team Passion, everyone shares their story, which I love. But like we keep it like 2 or 3 minutes, and we all talk about something a little different. And then like I come in and do a live, or like a pre-recorded video, and it's talking about it. And then Michelle can come in. Each person, I might say, hey, you talk about inviting. You, Jeanette, talk about how you moved your business forward so quickly. Like we can do that. Or
like why we joined.
Yeah, and why, and what the change was. And I even told Michelle, if no one shows up, and that's quite possible, we go in there and we run it like there's 150 people in there, so we get the practice, right? Because that's the hardest thing, is just getting the practice and talking about that opportunity. The more you talk about it, the more easier it comes. So we'll just do it ourselves. And like then it's like, because maybe you've never gone live in a group, and that's terrifying for you. So we'll just do it. So I'll map it out.
Will it be like a Zoom meeting type thing, or what do you?
I don't know. Do you guys think we just do like lives in Facebook? Or do you think we culminate it with like a big call? Sometimes those people won't call in just from past.
Yeah, I think we could just do lives in the group. Like you're gonna make a group, we can all just do some lives in there.
Okay.
Because I'm sure we all have something different to say of how we got started and
like
why.
every hour and a half or whatever it is, like you go. So it's not like dead noise. And then each one of us comes in and talks about a specific vital behavior. And we could share, if you're willing to share, we could each do a income thing. And I think it's cool for like the new coaches to say month one, it might have been, you might have spent more money than you even made, because that's what I did for a while, right? I was spending money. And then now I'm making enough to cover my shakes, because someone might just want to do that. Or they want to change. They hate their job or they need money and they're like, oh, wow, I could be there. And talk about the bad and talk about the good, because they need to see. And my husband said this to me. He goes, you're going to do that post about income, and then people are going to give you all these objections because they just don't know how hard you work, right? It's not like a get rich quick thing. Like, we work really hard. And I think when you sign new coaches that you know want to work the business, we have to be very honest. Like, this doesn't just happen. You have to work hard at it. And that's why people quit. They don't want to do the work. So I will do that. That's my homework. That makes me do it because you guys are holding me accountable. I'm going to do it. I hate it. I'm going to watch some of the top coaches because they shared some of theirs and go and pick the pieces that I'm like, oh, so I may find one and I'll share it in our group and be like, which one? Let's kind of set it up this way, or let's do it a different way.
I just texted Melissa.
Oh, and we're wrapping, but she's good.
Hey, sorry.
No, you're good. It's good.
I was late too.
Shannon, I was late too. It's okay.
I got a lot going on here. I'm not even gonna lie. 4 kids, no husband.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
One's a baby.
You're a beast.
Yeah.
Well, Krista,
Yes.
you, since you were on the last one, what are you most scared of with coaching?
I don't ever want to be like a bother to people. I think that's what has like been holding me back, like with stuff the most. Like, I don't ever want to be that person that people are like, oh Jesus, here's another post from Melissa. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, there's another stupid fitness post. I don't care. Like, I don't want to like become that person. So I'm always hesitant to put too much out there and on there. And like every once in a while I'll be like excited to put something up there, and then it's like I get a bunch of stuff and I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe I should, but then I overthink it and then I like won't post again because I get anxious that I'm gonna bother people.
So what the book I want you to read or listen to is The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins.
Okay.
You have that, and what it says is you have an instinct to do something. You have to take action in 5 seconds or you won't do it.
Oh my God. Ask Jeanette. Okay. Jeanette knows me more than anyone in this group. I am the person that thinks everything, and Shannon can speak to it some too, because I'm trying to get me to do this. I'm
like, do it.
months for me to decide on anything.
Oh yeah.
This will change your life, not just your, like a business. It will change everything in your life.
It's called the 5-Second Rule.
The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And the Audible she's really good speaker too. It started as a TED Talk, so you could watch the TED Talk, but the book is really good. You can do it for anxiety. You can do it for just doing your workout, for speaking up in meetings at work. I use it a lot. I use it every day, and it's that. So if you have that inclination, you're like, I want to post this, it's your news feed. They can unfollow you, right? Like,
Right.
and what they think does not matter. It isn't, what is Rachel Hollis's quote? Their opinion of you is none of your business, right? It's none of your business what they think of you. They can unfollow, hide. I'm going to tell you, those people are the ones that need you the most. They are so unhappy with themselves that they are projecting it out onto you because they're like, ugh, she can't do it. Ugh. You know, like, for example, my neighbors, there's 3 of them. They're pain in my ass, but I'm stuck here with them in freaking quarantine. They do every other diet and give you they work out for hours, and then one of them's eating 700 calories because she's 5'1".
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, y'all know what I do, yeah? But then they'll be like, well, you're skinny because, and they like come up with some reason. I'm like, no, I fucking look this way because I work really hard to look this way because it makes me feel good. Like, that's just them projecting. So you're going to get it, trust me. And I have haters that are now customers, so let them go.
I love her.
Let them go. And, you know, and Shannon's very good at not worrying about other people's opinions, and I love it.
Don't care at all. I really don't.
I wish I had like
I don't think I have time to care. I don't know. I'm just, like, when you just said that there, like, I understand. I totally understand, but I don't know what it feels like.
It's terrible, Shannon.
I'm just like,
be glad.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess I should say a little bit. I mean, there's a couple people at work that I would block like certain things from, you know, but that's just because I don't want them to have the privilege to see it. And more so than I care what they think. I don't know how to explain it, but
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, no, I don't know. There's a lot of people who post about their workouts and they're getting into shape, and it's not anything to do with this. And, you know, I always like and comment their stuff because good for them. And, you know, people should be happy for each other when they see like an achievement that you made. So, you know,
post away and mix in your kids, mix in just one post focused in some way on your journey. I'm reading a really great book and it's helping me make decisions faster, you know, and people are gonna be like, what is that book? And like maybe pull a quote out or pull an excerpt, or I used the 5-second rule today, and people are like, what is that? You know, like that's a different way, and it's part of the journey, because y'all know if you don't change this, the body will not change for good. You might lose 25 pounds, but it's going to all come back because we're not fixing this. So post about it. Screw them.
Yeah.
I do my work. Ask Shannon and Jeanette. I do my work. I do what I'm supposed to do in terms of the fitness side of things, but I don't very much. Besides our little group, I don't mind blowing up our group.
Oh yeah, you do. You definitely blow up the group. You never miss. And there was one day she forgot to post, and I messaged her. I'm like, you missed your workout? There's no way you missed your workout.
Nope.
Well,
I just forgot to post.
Yeah, use the excitement. Like you can take, like Shannon takes a lot of what she posts on her page and puts it in our group pages because it makes sense, you know? Like don't think you have to rewrite stuff. Like that's what people need. They need to see how excited and enthusiastic you are about yourself for once, right? Women, we do not put ourselves first ever until it gets to a point where like, I have no choice but to put myself first right now. And they need to see that, and they need to know, oh God, she's doing this. And you have young ones, and your demographic, your age group has got such an opportunity to do something different. Like Shannon and I and Christina thought we used to have to go to the gym because that's all there was, you know, and like you work your ass off in the gym. And now it's like more people are open to the idea of working out. And like Michelle, she's got all these new moms. Her whole circle of friends has 17,000 kids. So she can use that, you know, use that to her advantage. So
nowadays too, I feel like more moms want to try to be home with their kids and don't want to miss out on time with their kids. And I know, I'll be honest, that is one of my number one reasons that I love being here at home. And I hated going to the gym because I was like, I'm missing time with my kids. Like I did not want to simply even give up an hour for myself at the gym. Whereas like when I'm here at home, sometimes Lily's working next to me, or she's watching me, or like, I mean, Hunter, he's only like a year and a half old. He thoroughly enjoys watching the girls on the screen, like, you know, but like the fact that kids are physically here, seeing me doing something for myself, like that is more meaningful to me than leaving my kids for an hour to hour and a half, whatever, and going to the gym.
100%. And it gives you a whole list of ways to post about it too, right? You can weave it into every one. Especially when these gyms do open, childcare is not going to be a thing anymore. There's no way they're going to be able to do it. So those people that have been waiting for the gym now have to hire a sitter, or they have to ask family. Like, that's dumb.
Right.
Do it in your home.
Yeah.
And it's so inexpensive compared with the gym.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
One
got
time
me, I
we
think,
were
in the
doing
end.
math, my husband and I, for those 6 years that we belonged to the gym, paying almost $80 for the both of us every month. In 6 years, we spent $6,000.
Holy shit.
For what? For freaking what? Losing 5 pounds?
You know what, Christina? You need to do a post like that. Now's the time to do a post like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend right now who I actually just messaged before this meeting who is in the midst of her free trial, and she, I feel like, is like the perfect person. Like Jeanette, you were talking about, like, that has a kid, wants to be there with their kid, but just seems to be like on the fence. And I feel like she even just said, like, a minute ago, it just came in. She's like, I don't know. I just want to know, am I going to use it enough for it to be worth it? And I feel like I want to throw the numbers at her and be like, seriously, it's $10 a month. Like, if that's all you start with. Like,
You know what? Try this angle, try that, but also say she's concerned about doing it, right?
well, so she's like, I'm on the fence. I'm trying to decide if I enjoy the workouts enough that I would stay with it.
So you could say the benefit of having me as your coach is that I make sure you're doing those workouts because we have you in a
That's a good
group,
idea.
and I'm checking in with you weekly to see how you did. And if you don't like the first program you try, we have 30 other ones that we can match you up with. Like, spin it. She's giving you an opening, and that's one of the hardest things to learn is you get that and you have that immediate, I have the same reaction. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, yes, you're going to like the workouts. Like, they're going to give you the results. Like, what are you talking about? But then being like, so what in that message is she worried about? She's worried about accountability and doing them. So just go in and be like, my group, we tie you in, we share nutrition, we're sharing every day, we're posting that we did our workout. Like, find that and then be like, oh, and it's just $10 a day, if that, and you can cancel it anytime and get all of your money back. Like, don't forget that. 30 days you hate it, we're going to send you all your money right back. No questions asked. And oftentimes I'll say if they get a challenge pack, I'll pay your return shipping because it's like $15 to get the Shakeology back. I'll pay that. And they're like, wow, she really believes in this product. And they never return it. So try it. See how it is. Keep that conversation going though. Like, if she comes back, be like, do you have her in the group now?
I don't yet because she seemed hesitant. And I started to do it the other day and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it was too pushy. Again, this is me, like, not wanting to be like that bother. And so I texted her, I was like, look, I'm not trying to be a bother, but you're going to miss out on these deals. Like, May's almost over.
No, you're not bothering. And say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put you into the group when you talk about it. I'm going to put you into the group. Scroll through today and see what we did. Because she's going to see a different side of you too. Like Shannon said, you like go crazy. And she's going to be like, oh, that's Coach Krista, right? That's she's different there. So use that.
Okay.
Use that.
Krista, all that personal development that Marcy is talking about is going to help you so much to remove that idea you have in your mind that you are going to be bothering people when actually you need to remember that you have a gift to share with people. Gift of health, gift of everything. You know, you're giving them health back, personal, security, financial security, even in the near future if they want to do the business. But for example, when I started as a coach, I didn't have any of that because I was never a good reader. When Marcy started talking about reading books, I was, that is the last thing I want, because after working all day at the office, I don't want to keep on reading little print. My eyes get really tired until I discovered the Audible. At this point, I have been listening to like 50 books, and I don't have I don't get enough. I want more and more and more and more. And every single time another book comes out, I got stuck with the ones that I'm learning the most, and I can finish them and I start them again because I love that so much.
Yeah.
And then the book that I love so much is I'm sorry to add this, Marcy, to the one you suggested, is the Energy Bus.
Oh, yes.
The Energy Bus is going to give you a lot of that. Yes. Just remember, people who gives you the bad energy, just try to ignore that and focus on people who is going to give you good feedback. And don't ever allow anybody to destroy that positivity you have.
Thank you.
Yes, and you're a teacher, and you know how to lead, and people are drawn to teachers and nurses a lot because you guys have a gift of leading and educating and training. So remember that you have that, and use those tools you use on kids, use them on adults because we're the same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. So personal development is number one for you, Krista. You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some people who have said things like they've tried to work out at home before, like, and the DVDs don't work for them. And, you know, I just tell them, this is not like a DVD. You're not repeating any of the workouts. So that's what's great about all the new programs is you're not repeating any of the workouts. You're doing maybe 80-day or 21-day fix. You're doing 21 different days. And it's more motivational to go through and do each workout. You can cross it off on the calendar. The group's there to support you. You'll see that they post. And there's majority of people in our group actually don't post. We have a lot of people in there and they don't post. But I think a lot of them, like, they'll comment, or when I message them and when I'm talking to them, they'll say, you know, it's just been great to see everybody's posts. I know I don't post or anything, but it helps them out still. So.
Yeah, it does. There, you have secret stalkers in there, but they're like, you're so motivated, like, you know, they'll call out another person, like, I can't believe she's lost all that weight. You know, I want to do that. I'm like, okay, we'll post in the group, because the more they post and the more you, like, we check off the tracker, the more they post, that's their accountability and that's their support. And that it comes down to accountability and support. It's not the programs. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. They work. It's us. It's the reason these people are getting different results is us, and we don't give up on them. And we never will give up on them. You know, even if they're like, go away, I don't ever want to talk to you, then I'm like, all right, but I still follow up. You know, it's just they're always our customer and their family. Like, we all become family, right? There's so many of my clients that are alone or going through divorces or like weird parts in their life. And they're like, if it wasn't for the group, I don't know where I'd be right now. So think of it as, like, as Christina said, it's a gift. It's a gift. And the value, the $140, the $160, $180, that's just a way to get in. The value of that is so much more. And you are what sells it. Maybe you don't have the perfect script. Maybe you don't have the perfect Instagram. That doesn't matter. You're having meaningful conversations and connections. That's what people join for. They don't join for the pretty Instagram. The Instagram people that shop Instagram will, right? They're going to go to the ones that are pretty, but is that really your person? You know, like, that's not my person. I'm messy and I throw stuff together, and that's just who I'm drawn to and who comes to me. So think about it that way. Like, do you really want that, like, perfect, like, pose person? If that's not you, then no. You know, so think about it. It's a lot to digest. But I think, like, we're just kind of like chill. We all have our own way of doing things, and steal from each other. Don't hesitate to steal. Like, Melissa, I saw you took the how much weight do you want to lose? That's a great post.
I know, I stole it.
No, I stole it from another coach. So
Yeah.
But it opens the conversation. It really, because people, what I do find funny, and I'm going to do a follow-up post, is they'll drop that I want to lose 30 pounds one. I message them, how can I help? Nothing. So I'm like, huh. So now I'm going to go back and do a post. It's like, a week ago, I asked you how much weight you wanted to lose. What is stopping you from taking those steps? So then I get a little bit more insight, and they're likely to drop the damn emoji than have the conversation with me because they're scared. And maybe it gives me another chance to dig, you know, like, okay, it's time, it's money, it's whatever reason they say. So you can keep evolving those posts. And like people, I do that with, what's the biggest food group you struggle with? It's always vegetables, but you could use the containers, you know, you could use the hearts of the containers, just the ways to get people engaged, and then you're building your list. And the polls do that too. But yeah, steal away. I know Michelle and I kind of change things around in our posts, and I take from Shannon too. So Michelle, do you have any questions? Oh, sorry.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No. I guess how's everyone gonna plan to invite to the group?
Good question.
What should we do? How should we promote it?
Use your stories as
Okay.
one. I'm committing, I said it after I did my post the other day, I need to commit to at least one coach post a week. It doesn't have to be a direct call to action. You want one, but this one could be it. Like, for newer coaches, as you know, I started my own health and fitness journey, and I had so many of you ask me how or what I was doing. So I've decided to help to pay it back, to pay it forward. If you would like to learn more, or Jeanette, like you said, and maybe it's even just being quite honest, I just needed extra money during this pandemic to make sure my bills were padded. Guys, there's so many people out there that need that right now. They just don't know how to go about it, and they can't go to Kohl's. They can't go to Target and get a part-time job right now because it's terrifying. So let them see that we're doing it now. Just be honest. Like, and if you have friends you've been chatting with, or you know, or a lot of our challengers, your challengers become your best coaches. Reach out to them and say, hey, I know, but will you just listen in for me? It's my first time doing this. Like, your friends and your family, could you just support me and just join this group and just tell me how I did? I've done that a lot. Can you just give me some feedback on what I could do better? You never know. But do at least one or two posts about it and say, hey, would you like to check out what I do as a coach? Your stories are a great authentic way to do it. You could do a poll. Would you like more info? I started coaching in January. I just got my new tank top, right?
Yes.
Do
you like free stuff?
Yeah, I love free stuff. I just got my first tank top for Hitting Success Club. Jeanette, you'll get yours. You'll get an email that says you can claim it next month. You'll get that email. Like,
check spam, clutter, everything.
Yeah.
Mine always go into clutter every single time.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so it comes from a different address. But like little stuff like that, because you don't know what incentive, like, I just need to put prizes in front of Shannon, and she could probably be diamond tomorrow if I'm like, hey, that's what motivates her. Like, that's her thing. So
yeah, I like prizes. Definitely. I want to get them all. I don't want to miss one.
So yeah, do that. Like, talk about it. And Michelle, for example, Michelle is a nanny. I talked about it. You could say, I was on hold with unemployment for 6 hours the other day, and it drove me insane. God, I had this extra money to pay for groceries this week. They don't need to know that if you're doing fine or not. It's finding those little things like groceries or vacation or putting gas in the car. Some people can't put gas in their car. So we got to remember that that story, what is our story, can become their story, but in a different way. Like Nicole Jones was in bankruptcy, couldn't fill their gas tank full. She found this opportunity, became a millionaire, I think, within a year or two. Like, she went all out. But she always shares that story, how she could not afford to fill the gas tank. And the first time her husband went to the gas station, she's like, fill it up. And he's like, what? I can fill up the gas tank this week? So like, that's a big thing. So it's just tapping into those little things that you don't think are a big part of your story, and sharing it. Like, I talked to Shannon, I'm like, just start sharing that you have 4 kids and your husband, I know you don't want to blast that all over social, your husband's not home all the time, but he works a lot. He travels a lot. They don't need to know what, you know. Mm-hmm. But I make this hour of time for myself, no matter what. If I have to get up at 4 a.m. You know, so it's giving people a glimpse into what's possible, and people want to know what's possible. Like Christina shares a lot about being a nurse and how hard that is, and that she really doesn't want to do it all forever, you know, like, and I get it. I work full time. I have people that I'm friends with Facebook and on social media, so I can't say exactly what I want to say. But I kind of weave it in there. And then if we get them into a private group, I can be like, I don't want to work there full time anymore. You know, like but you're just giving them hope. So yeah, post about it, play with it. If no one responds, remember, we're just going to do it anyway for the practice. Even if we get one person in the group and they sign, we did our job.
So should we wait to hear when you're going to start it and what it's called before we invite?
You know what? Let's just pick a date, because you all know me. I'll put it off. I go back to work next week, but that's okay, because I can. I'm home on Wednesday. Do we want to do it Wednesday the 3rd? That gives us a week.
Yeah,
Sure.
That works.
Because that could be our like live day. Like that's our kickoff day. We can do it Wednesday and Thursday. I feel like if they go past 2 days, people are like, I'm out, because you've been in those groups before. And you know what we can do is when we can say, we could do a drawing at the end of the day. I don't mind.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like a gift card or something. Like if your comment or post, comment on at least 2 on everyone that posts, then you'll be entered into a drawing, because then that gives them reason to come in, you know, and people like free stuff.
Yeah. So
Shannon effect.
what do you get? I know that's me. So what are you going to call the group? Because
We can just call it, do you think like a coach sneak peek? Do you think we should do something behind the scenes? What do you think?
Yeah, either or sounds good.
Okay. And like I said, I'm going to watch tomorrow some of the top coaches, and I'll share their YouTubes, and we can kind of pick and choose what we want to talk about. But just remember, when you go in there, be authentically you. Like if the reason you joined was because you were struggling financially, share it. The reason you joined is you needed something to pick you up and make you feel good, share it. Because authentic it's about money, yes, but it's about authentically being you and your story matters to people. And you can say, Marcy asked me 5,000 times to join and I kept saying no. Like every coach has that story. Like I was asked so many times to do it and I said no. So they can see like, oh, okay, I've already been saying no to her, but maybe this is the time. And maybe this isn't the time, but you've planted a seed for those people. So we'll do a giveaway. Probably like an Amazon gift card, because I can just digitally send that. We'll do 2. And then start thinking about your story. And like keep it like less than 5 minutes, because people tune out. Like 3 minutes I think is typically good. So write it out, especially if it's your first time going live. You're going to sweat. You're going to be scared. Just do it anyway. If you mess up, who cares? Like, who cares? I do a lot of videos and I do a lot of speaking at work and training at work. So like this is second nature to me, but I still get nervous and I sweat when I do my live videos. Just do it. It's such good practice. Like Christina used to hate going live in Team Passion, and now she kills it. Like she's got her script, she knows what she's going to say, but it's natural and it's authentic. Add a Team Passions page. What else should we take from there, Christina?
Are you going to tell us what we're talking about, or are we just going to talk about our journey and why we're...
I think like we should share all of our stories.
Okay.
How many other... Well, we'll ask if there's anyone else on the team that wants to do it too. But yeah, we'll do time slots. I think starting at like 9 or 10 and going. And then maybe on Tuesday, maybe the first day is like all of our... I'm trying to figure out the best way. Is the first day all of our stories and kind of...
That'll like hook people.
Yeah, and then like the second day, I could come in and do like a larger live about like the opportunity, because corporate has done some really good ones recently for the pandemic. They did theirs. So I could see if I can find that presentation, like, here's what coaching is. Here's how you make money. Here's what we do. Like that's a bigger, like half an hour thing. And then throughout the day we can say, well, we invite people. Like I could say, all right, Shannon, I want you to go in and do a video of how we ask people to join us. And she could talk about, well, we go through social media, we use social media. Then someone else, like, how are you a product of the product? Well, I share my workout every day. I drink my shake, I share my food. And then like sprinkle the vital behaviors in there. And then we'll do a larger call to action webinar style, but it'll still be in the Facebook group. And then after we're done, then you all can go into your prospects and say, what did you think? What questions do you have? Do you want to get on a 3-way message or phone call with my coach and you can ask questions? Because you guys, you're still new. You might not know, right? And it's okay to say, I don't know yet, but can I help you? Like, I know who can help you. Does that make sense? Does that sound like a plan? Tell me no if you don't like it. I'm terrified to do
Sounds
this.
good to me. I like it.
I think the part that's nice about doing it though on Facebook is that people who are interested in knowing what we do, they can still hide behind their screen, so to say, and still watch the videos versus doing like a Zoom, like what we're doing now, like how you were saying that most people don't like call in.
Yeah. They
can still sit there behind their phone screen and still watch the videos and still be informed. Like you said, kind of like secretly stalking, basically.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of nice that it gives them the opportunity to see things and not feel that they're like put on the spot and being obligated, such as in a Zoom meeting, like what we're doing, so to say. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's just getting the people into the group.
Yeah.
Don't doubt yourself. Just ask them. If you say no.
Well, I'm going to be asking people. I'm going to be asking.
I'm going to be overthinking it.
I'm going to be asking. I'm making a list right now.
Well, to sweeten the pot, whoever, and I just don't invite crap, whoever invites, has the most people in their prospects, I'll send you a gift card too.
Look at Marcy sending everyone gift cards.
Made of money.
I know, you're trying to make a prize. I know you're competitive, Krista.
I know, you better watch out.
I know.
No, I'll get you a gift card to either Target or Amazon, $25. Buy some new gear. But seriously, it's good to have an incentive. And if they say no, they may say, but I would like to do the workouts.
Yeah.
You know, say that. Or if it's just, like, I'm going to go to all my customers and say, hey, would you just sit in and listen? You're drinking Shakeology every month. Why don't you just sit in and listen?
Mm-hmm.
If you decide not to work it, you could at least understand what it is, because someone's inevitably going to ask you what you're doing and you'll have some background. Like, that's a great way to get your people to sign up for discounts. That way you at least know a little bit about it. And I have a ton of discount coaches. Will you just listen in just to see if maybe things have changed and you want to help people? So, like, there's so many different ways you could go about it. Like, if Christina has some inactive coaches, great way to get their fuel refired. You know, like, don't think about just cold prospects. Think about everybody. You have family members that have been asking you, hey, will you just sit in and listen to this? I think it's kind of cool. Will you check it out? I want you to hear my story. Think about inviting differently this time. Makes us all work a little harder. Get your spouses on. Get them in there. If they're not supportive yet, John was making a joke. He's like, are you going to tell him how supportive I am? He wasn't at first. You know, he is. He lets me do my thing. But some husbands and partners are like, whoa, you're taking too much time away, right? Just have them listen in, or just add them to the group and say, we just watch it so you know what I'm doing. Because sometimes they just don't know, and they're like, well, you're on your phone. He plays video games all the time on his phone. It drives me insane. Ask Michelle. But then he'll be like, well, you're on your phone. I'm like, I'm working. Like, literally, like, they think we're just like scrolling because they don't know. Like, I'm like, no, I'm really working. I'm connecting. I'm sending messages. Like, this is work. This isn't just play. I'm really working. So then they get an idea of that. So don't hesitate to invite them.
I've heard that exact statement from my husband before.
Yep.
Like, no, I'm not.
Well, now you can print out the tracker and say, look, this 15 minutes, I'm going to take 15 minutes right now while you're watching TV and I don't want to watch the show. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. See, I did it. And then he might be like, did you do it? Did you do it? you know, to do it. So it's a good way. They're hard. They don't get it. Men kill this business. They truly do, because they don't have these fears that we do. They're like, hey man, you need to work out. You need to work out with me. We're going to do this. And why don't you sell it too, because you're really good at it. Like, that's how they build businesses, and it's insane.
I wish.
Yeah, I know. Her husband could get a whole police force. But yeah, you guys are awesome. You're doing all the things. I'm so proud of you. And like I said before, the energy and the momentum we have is really fun. I think Shannon and Christina, who've been around really long, are probably like, yeah, this is like, feels different, and it feels good. And it's fun. It's fun for me to teach. And I know you all like to teach too. So it's a cool way to get together and get to know each other. So when we get to go to Summit,
I was thinking about that. I wish we can go to Summit together, or one of those Super Saturdays.
Yeah, none of them are happening this year, but we are having a virtual summit. Did you guys see that? Make time, because it's all the new programs and products and all this. They always announce the January program then. So always, and it's a good way to ramp people up and just get them excited. Like, your stories will be perfect. Like, oh my God, I can't wait for this. Like, I can't do that. I can't wait for this. And then we'll all go next year. And we'll get, wherever it is, we'll either get hotels or we'll get a house and just love it and live life, because we need a vacation like no other. Amen. And we'll know where it is during the summit. We'll know when the next one is. So, any questions? I know I kept you long. Who's going to do their 5 invites tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Shannon's got 10 already.
Shannon already did while we were on the call.
Yeah. I will say, I probably did one, but no, I will say, like, I don't have a lot of rhyme or reason of when I sit down and do it. It's like in between stuff, or like there's not a certain amount of time I can sit and do stuff.
Well, and make sure during your story, or I'm actually going to have you talk about invites in the group, in the coach group. So start your script then, but talk about that. Like, say, I'm a mom of 4, my husband travels a lot. I just take these pockets of time, because so many people that work full time don't think they have the time to build a successful business. So will you take that one on, inviting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And make sure that they see that and they know that. I mean, I know
I honestly do the most things on my phone when I'm nursing or pumping. So that's why I have my phone. Like, I'm either with her or, so. And
it's perfect time. I mean, they just see you and they're hungry. So
I think most of our conversations happen when I'm nursing or something as well, which is funny. I feel like I joined Beachbody via nursing while talking to Shannon.
See? That's another story.
Yeah. It is. Like, you know, like, write these things down. Like, put a notebook of just like things I can share about my life and like stories. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because we don't think is a big deal to someone. They're like, oh, that's really big deal. That's me. Like, I'm that. And
you can do. What's nice is that you can do more as you go, or when you have more time. Like, I don't post as much as I'd like to, like, just on my page, and I think of some things and write it down later, but there's more things that I would do, but I use the time that I have, and I can always do more as I go, you know. So you can start out small because you're working out. You don't have to, like, start out and then try to, you know, outdo everybody, you know.
No. Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, I've been here 5 years. Would I like to be higher? Yeah. But have I been putting the work in to get there? No. Just, like, being completely honest with myself, no, I haven't. Yeah. Am I ready to? Yeah. So that's, you know, when you're ready, you're ready. And you'll have times when you go, whoop, and then you're like, you know, and like, it's this. And it's constant. That's why the personal development is so important. Because it will get you over those humps. So 5-second rule.
They're already requested at the library, don't worry. One is already on hold, one's on my to read list.
It's such a
Ask Jeanette, I read a ton.
It's good. And now you can read your fun and then your for you, you know, in a different way. It's such a good book. Michelle, you'd be good with that one, or I have another one for you too that I need to find the name of it. But
Okay.
all good things. And Melissa, you good before we sign off? You alive? What are you getting done? Can I ask tomorrow?
Oh, it's June 23rd. I think
Oh.
I think that's what I was wondering. I don't think I put June, but yeah, it's June 23rd. So I'm getting it's like a tummy tuck.
Okay.
And my arms and my thighs, because I've lost a lot of weight, so there's just a bunch of like loose skin. So that's like the only way to fix it. So I'll be out for like 2 weeks in recovery, but like the first question I'm asking for my pre-op is like, when can I work out?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm on a roll right now. So
Well, and you
Stop
can
when you're on a
still
roll.
eat clean. Don't
Yeah.
give that up, you
Oh,
know.
no.
And
yeah.
well, and if you're comfortable with it, so many people share that story because it's a question that people ask all the time. I've lost all this weight. Now what happens with my skin? Because
Yeah.
it's I don't know, but I would venture to say it's a memory of what was, and you want to move forward, and
Yeah.
it feel like you haven't done as much as you know you have. So
Yeah.
share that and just be, if you're willing to. I know that's a vulnerable thing, but you've worked
Yeah.
your ass off literally, and now they need to like lift it and
Yeah.
tuck it so they can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I'm going to take pictures and everything. It's just like, it gets in the way of like my workouts. See, like it's hard to do the core stuff because it's just there. It claps when I work out.
Well, yes, I have had clients like that, and that's, be proud of that. Like there's no shame. Like I don't know if you have any shame around that. There's no shame in that. That's an incredible reward for everything you've been through. You know what I mean? And there's so many people on Instagram that share that, and they share like the surgery and what happens after. And there's always so many people asking questions because they want to do it too. And you had to probably hit a goal in order for the doctor to do it, right?
They didn't give me like a goal specifically. They just said whatever like you're comfortable with how you look. Like whenever you get weight, that way you don't get the surgery and then decide, oh, I want to lose more, because then you're gonna have loose skin again.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't think I can really lose that much more in my, because it's all stomach.
Yeah, you'll probably lose weight. Well, you will lose weight.
Yeah.
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 For you. Good.
Hey,
Awesome.
So,
thank you.
Great.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Y'all are full of stories. I love it. All right, ladies. Well, let me get a picture of us all smiling. I was taking candids, but
Well, I'm
my stupid lights. I really need to buy the ring light. My little
Now
mirror.
you can't see the rest of me. I got a robe and a towel going
Can you lift? Can you
for nursing.
all you are
Nursing,
is
you know
a
what I'm talking about.
floating head. You are just a floating head. Can you like lower it down?
there you go.
Okay, that might help. There, I have a neck.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Yay! All right. Well, you guys are amazing. Thank you for taking your time tonight. Let's go do big things. We have 4, however many days are left in the month of an amazing sale. Push it. You know, I'm going to go back to saying like, join now, $20 off, $140. Join now. Like, say that. You don't have to do it everything, but your stories are a good place to do that. All your follow-ups, hey, you can save $20 right now. It's the lowest it's going to be usually until November. Say it. You know, that if you've been worried about money, do it now. And let's just finish strong. Finish strong. And
Have you heard anything for next month yet?
No.
No.
Usually on the 30th or the 31st, I'll know. I was
Yeah.
saying I hope they continue it, but I don't know.
I feel like
can't-
they're going to. I'm predicting it.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
I hope so.
I
It
bet
was
you a
called
dollar.
the Summer
bet you a
Strong
dollar.
Sale.
Yeah. I can't remember what they did last year in June. Like
I can't either, but considering the time, I don't know if they consider what's going on now. I don't know. But
They-
considering that, and they called it a summer sale
Okay.
instead of a May sale. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
And then July, like the new program comes out sometime in July.
So that's going to be the only one on sale, right? Because that's the whole focus. So
What's the name of that program? I forgot.
MBF.
Right?
Yeah, MBF. I'm excited about that.
Mm.
Yeah, it looks really good. I
I'm
followed
doing
some
it.
of the ones in the test group, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not too long. It's 6 weeks, only 4 weeks, I think.
It's 3 weeks and then 3 weeks because it's MBFA or something. Like Muscle Burns Fat Advance. It's like 21 Day Fix, I feel like. But
there's 2 of them,
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Fix and Extreme.
I was just looking on the FAQs to see if they secretly gave us a date extension, but I don't see it. Hopefully. You know, we just launched in France today.
Yeah.
So that's a whole, not that I have any French followers, but you never know.
I told Lee that, and he's like, I have friends in France. I'm like, you need to give me a touch of some. I know. Hook me up with some of these people.
Well, because they have really cool, like when they sign up for as a coach, they get like a really cool kit. Like Carl shared it today. He shared like the very first coach that was signed up, their name and their package going in the mail. So they get some kind of kit. So maybe say, hey, they get this extra thing. And it's a great opportunity. They already know about the programs. A lot of people are already using them. Now these people can sign up as coaches and help people.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they get Shakeology. I know Shakeology will be there. I wonder, I don't know if all the supplements are there yet. Because the UK took a while to get Energize, and I don't know why we haven't gone to Australia yet. Like, I'm like, that's easy, but whatever. I think it's got to do with like their border and FDA, their own version of the FDA and what they do. Whatever. Cool. Let's do it. Big things, ladies. Big things.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, you
Bye,
too.
ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.